Bluetooth pairing.
Not showing live. It's not showing you walking around.
It's like on that way.
Yeah.
Volunteers would like to stand up. Anyone else? Last 100. Please be seated.
When you have a generate action, it's about 10 seconds or so. You do something and then 10 seconds later, you show.
Yeah, let's help. Before we start our meditation, let's do our regular chanting. Please turn to page number 5. Salutation to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. The 3 refuges: Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami. Next page. 5 precepts. Panatipata Vedamani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. අදින්නාදානා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි කාමේසු මිච්ඡාචාරා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි මුසාවාදා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි සුරාමේරය මජ්ජ පමාදට්ඨානා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි. The opposite page. Affirmative vows based on 5 precepts in English. Being aware of the suffering caused by destruction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of all living beings. Being aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, stealing, and oppression, I vow to respect the property of others and to practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. Being aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to respect my commitments and those of others. I am determined not to engage in relations without love and long-term commitment. Being aware that words can create suffering, I vow to learn to speak truthfully and develop peaceful, kind, and meaningful speech. Being aware of the suffering that an intoxicated and agitated mind can produce, I vow to develop mindfulness and heedfulness. Next page. Homage to the Buddha. Itipiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vidyacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati satta deva manussanam buddho bhagavati. Homage to the Dhamma. Swakato bhagavata dhammo sanditiko akaliko ehi passiko openaiko paccattang veditambo vinyuhiti. Homage to the Sangha. Supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujupatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyayapatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Samichi patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yatidang chattari purisa yugani purisa puggala esa bhagavato savaka sangho ahuneyo pahuneyo dakineyo anjali karaniyo anuttarang punyaketang lokasati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Offerings. Offering of light. Ghana saram praditena dipena tamadangsina tilokadipang sambuddhang pujayami tamonudang. Offering of incense. Gandha sambara yuddena dupena ham sugandhina pujaye pujaniyantang puja bhajana muttamang. Offering of flowers. Vannagandha gunopetang etang kusuma santating pujayami muning dassa siripada saruruhe pujemi buddhang kusumena nena punyena metena labami mokkhaṃ umpang milayati yata idam me kayo tatayati vinasa bhavam. Next page. Offering of water. Adivase tuno bante paniyang parikampitan anukampang ubadaya patiganhatu uttama. Offering of drinks. Adivase tuno bante gilana pancayang imang anukampang upadaya patiganhatu uttama. Worship of shrines. Vandami cetiyang samvang sambedane supatintitang saririka dhatu mahabodhing buddha rupang sakalang sada. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Wish of well-being. Icheva manjante namasse niyam namasse mano Ratnate yang Punyabi sandang Vipulang alantang Tasanubhavena Hatang terayo Reflections on the teaching of the Buddha. In English, mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made Adi. If one speaks or acts with an impure mind, suffering follows like the wind that follows the foot of the ox. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made Adi. If one speaks or acts with a pure mind, happiness follows like one's own shadow that never leaves. Generosity, kind words, benevolent actions towards others, and equanimity towards all beings and all things. The love and sympathy functions in the world like the linchpin in a moving car. One by one, little by little, moment by moment, wise people should remove their impurities as a smith removes the dust of his own silver. From one who mindfully develops boundless loving kindness, mental refinements are weakened and the freedom from within is seen. All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All conditioned things are unsatisfactory. When one sees this wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All things are not self. When one sees this wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Welcome you all for the meditation session. Okay, today is the first day I am here to guide meditation without other marks. Okay, definitely not next. After the next week, Bhante Pema will be here in person, so we can go together. However, today also you were able to allocate your time for this wonderful opportunity. This is a great opportunity which you have received in your lifetime. You can rejoice this time. This whole period we try to spend with wholesome thoughts. We try to generate wholesome thoughts ourselves, and also we try to expand our thoughts to every being and to the world. So this is a wholesome gathering. So you can make a determination. I will make use of this wholesome gathering. I will make use of this wholesome space. With that determination, listen to the sound of the bell and chanting. In the chanting, we will recite together Namo Buddhaya. Namo means pay homage. Buddhaya means the Buddha. The sound of the bell and chanting will help you to settle your mind further and further. So, with the determination, adjust your body into comfortable meditative posture wherever you're sitting on a chair or cushion. So, let's listen to the sound. Try to be with the sound until end of the sound. After that, let's recite together Namo Buddhaya to settle our mind. Namo Buddhaya. Relax your body. Relax your body. Observe how you are sitting on a cushion or chair. Your upper body has kept upright. Your chin goes parallel to the earth. Your both palms are resting in your lap. Your right palm has kept you on your left palm. Thumbs are touching each other. You are in a motionless posture. This is your meditative posture. You try to keep this motionless posture continuously. If you feel any ache or pain while you are sitting on, you can adjust your body. But when you adjust your body, mindfully adjust your body. Now thoroughly observe your body from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Thoroughly observe. Feel your head and relax. Feel your forehead, facial muscles. To feel your facial muscles, you can invite a gentle smile into your face and relax your facial muscles. Feel your neck both shoulders, upper arms, lower arms, fingers, and relax. Relax your shoulders. Feel your chest muscles, belly muscles, back muscles, and relax. Feel your thigh muscles, knees, lower legs, feet, tippy toes. Relax your body. Relax. To feel the relaxation of your body, you can take a little long in breath and slowly release the air through your nostrils. Feel the relaxation. One more time. Take a little long in breath through your nostrils and breathe out slowly through your nostrils. You have relaxed body. Now your body is very relaxed. Let body to be in this relaxed posture while keeping this relaxed posture. Try to observe your mind. Pay your attention to your mind and observe what kind of thoughts are occurring right now in your mind. Observe what are the thoughts are arising in your mind right now. There may be pleasant thoughts, unpleasant thoughts, neutral thoughts. Whatever thoughts, observe. You are not going to develop that thoughts. You try to understand the nature of your mind. Thoughts are occurring one after the other. This is the nature of our mind. Now we are going to invite wholesome thoughts to our mind. Our mind has the capacity to create thoughts. So use that capability to create wholesome thoughts in your mind. Our regular wholesome thought is loving kindness, loving friendliness. What a beautiful thought it is. Loving kindness, loving kindness. Loving kindness is willingness to see others' well-being. Friendliness towards others. To understand the nature of loving kindness, you can visualize a baby with a gentle smile is sitting in front of you. Imagine cute baby is sitting in front of you with a nice smile. How do you feel? How you feel when the baby is in front of you? That is the nature of loving kindness mind. You can imagine a beloved, any beloved object or puppy or beautiful flower. You can visualize and feel the nature of your mind when you are in front of a beautiful flower or with your beloved puppy. That is the sensation of mind, of a mind with loving kindness. Now you have a clear mind. Your mind is very beautiful. Your mind just like a blooming flower. It is very clear, very pure. Let's make a genuine wish to your mind, mentally repeating these words. Make a genuine wish to your mind. May my mind be happy. May no harm thoughts come to my mind. May my mind be safe. May my mind be peaceful. Be peaceful. With this peaceful mind, let's radiate loving kindness thoughts to your body. Your body needs your loving kindness. Your loving kindness thoughts can heal your body. Appreciate this body. This body is helping you to spend this human life. Your internal and external body parts are working to give a life for you. Appreciating each and every part of the body, let's generate loving kindness thoughts to your body. Feel the skin of this body. Appreciate the support of the skin of this body. May the skin of this body be healthy, be healthy, be healed. May the muscles of this body be healthy, be healthy, be healed. May the bones of this body be healthy, be healthy, be healed. radiate loving kindness thoughts from outside to inside of your body. May the central nervous system of this body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed. May the peripheral nervous system of this body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed. May the respiratory system of this body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed. May the lungs of this body be healthy, be healthy, be healed. May the digestive system of this body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed. May the genitourinary system of this body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed. May this whole body, including brain, eye, nose, tongue, may this whole body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed. May this whole body be healthy, be healed. Radiate loving kindness thoughts to yourself, mentally uttering these words. May I be happy. May I be safe. May I be healthy. May I be peaceful. Be peaceful. With this peaceful mind, let's expand the same loving kindness thoughts which you generated yourself to other beings. Every being in the world like to have happy life, as we like to live in happy mood with happiness. Every being like to lead a happy life. So let's direct this loving kindness thoughts to other beings. You can recall to your mind your friends, your family members, neighbors. Recalling them, let's radiate loving kindness thoughts right now to other beings. May these spiritual friends who are meditating with us right now, may these spiritual friends be happy, be safe, be peaceful, be peaceful. May all the beings around me be safe, be happy, be peaceful. Radiate loving kindness thoughts beyond these friends to your family members. May my family members be safe, be healthy, be happy, be peaceful. Direct these loving kindness thoughts beyond your family members to your neighborhood. May my neighborhood be safe, be healthy, be happy, be peaceful. Radiate loving kindness thoughts beyond neighborhood to neighboring cities. May all the people who are living in neighboring cities, may they be safe. May they be peaceful. May they be happy. May they have happy mind. Radiate loving kindness thoughts beyond the cities to neighboring countries. All the people who are living in neighboring countries, may all beings in neighboring countries be safe, be healthy, be happy, be peaceful, be peaceful. Direct these loving kindness thoughts beyond neighboring countries to the whole world. May all beings in the whole world be safe, be healthy, be happy, be peaceful, be peaceful. Radiate loving kindness thought to every beings, including animals. May all beings, visible and invisible, short and long, born and unborn, near and far, may all beings in the direction of your front, back, left, right, below, up, radiate loving kindness thoughts to whole world surrounding each and every directions without expecting radiate loving kindness to the whole world. May all beings in the world be safe, be happy, be peaceful, be peaceful. You are generating loving kindness thoughts to every beings in the world without expecting unboundless loving kindness is generated by you. Your loving kindness thoughts embrace everyone, every being in this world. May all beings in the world have happy mind. May all beings in the whole world have happy mind. Feel the happiness and relaxation with this loving kindness thoughts in your mind. Your mind is full of loving kindness thoughts. Now you can use this relaxation mind to feel your breath. With this relaxed mind, with this loving kindness thoughts, try to feel your breath. Keep your attention in between your nostrils and upper lips and feel the warm air which comes from your nostrils while you are inhaling and exhaling. Feel your in-breath and out-breath. Try to observe your in-breath and out-breath like a doorkeeper watching people who are entering to inside and going out. Like that, keep your attention in between your nostrils and upper lips and observe how you are breathing in and how you are breathing out. And try to be with the breath while you are breathing. You can observe your breath. If there were other thoughts, just notice them and come back to the breath. Your meditative object is breath. So feel your breath and observe how you are breathing in, how you are breathing out. In these last few minutes, make your full effort to be with the breath. You can keep your body upright and feel how you are breathing in and out. You may notice sometimes you are taking a little short in breath, sometimes long in breath. Notice the nature of your breath and try to be with the breath without focusing any other thoughts. Sukhamantach Nidukha Bhayam Pantach Nibhaya Sokam Pantach Nisokha Untu Sabbe Nino. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are grieving be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Gently come out of your meditation and put your palms together and place against your chest, and take a moment to feel grateful to this opportunity to have a peaceful meditation in your life, and also feel grateful to all the enlightened masters, the Buddha, and all the teachers who passed this wisdom from generation to generation for us to practice today. Let's feel grateful to anyone who helped you to practice meditation comfortably. The people who arrange and clean this place, and anyone who supported to practice this meditation, who passed this message to join this meditation, appreciate their support. And also feel grateful even to these non-living things which help to our meditation, including this bell, this cushion you are sitting on, or chair, this device which connected you to do meditation from your home. Appreciating each and every support with deep gratitude. Let's say sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay. How about the meditation? Very good. Bhante, can you hear?
Yes, Bhante, I can hear you all. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear. I'm so glad to hear that you at this moment with the gathering.
Yes, Bhante, I can hear you all.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear.
Can you, Bhante, Bhante, can you zoom out?
Caught up, but it went back.
Bhante, can you zoom out the screen so I can see?
Let me turn the volume down.
That is zoom in, zoom out, zoom out. That is zoom in, zoom out, please. That is yeah, zoom out, yes. When you zoom in, actually zoom out. Now I can't hear you. When you zoom in, actually zoom out.
Yes, it takes some time, Bhante.
Now I can't hear you. Never mind. Meanwhile, I will send my greetings and blessings to all our friends. And so nice to see that you all have come to our meditation this evening. And I think Bhante Kamala, this is the first time that he conducted meditation by himself. See that you all have come to our meditation this evening. I think I hear my own voice meditation by himself. See that you all have come to our meditation this evening. Okay, let me start the discussion. So first of all, I thank Bhante Kamalasiri for conducting the meditation by himself, and that was great. I hope that you all enjoyed it and you all benefited from it. And let us continue our discussion. We are discussing the discourse on loving kindness, and particularly the first 14 qualities that are mentioned at the beginning of the Loving Kindness Sutra, the Metta Sutta. And so far we have discussed Sakko, Ujucha, Sujucha, Suvacho, Mudu, and we have discussed 5 qualities. And today we are going to discuss the 6th quality that is needed for someone to effectively practice loving kindness. And on the other hand, these are also the qualities that we need to really put our loving kindness into action in our daily life. So the 5th quality, actually 6th quality, is called Anatimani. In Pali, you chant that word Anatimani. The simple meaning of that term is humility. Humility, being humble. And so that is the humility is given as an important quality in this sutra as a way to prepare ourselves for an effective practice of loving kindness. And of course, the opposite of humility, as you know, it is being arrogant, being conceited, and being big-headed, or whatever names we can give, maybe egoistic. The arrogant and particularly conceited will be the opposite of humble. But so this is the important quality that we need to pay attention to and always watch ourselves, because the Buddha used this term Anatimani as an opposite to the atimani. Atimani is actually someone measuring oneself against others and then placing oneself higher than others. And that's called atimani. And the opposite of it is called anatimani. And in the teachings of the Buddha, we find that, we have this very normal and common tendency within us. We call it the term mana or mani that we find in this term is actually the act of measuring. Act of measuring. So act of measuring is something that we do. It means that, whenever we are with others, whenever we encounter anything, there's a subtle tendency within us that we will engage in measuring ourselves. We measuring ourselves with others, or maybe in other term, actually comparing ourselves with others. So, in Pali, the Buddha used the term measuring, and there's always a subtle measuring going on, and that is normal. We usually do it, but and it's not necessarily healthy, and it's not necessarily bringing us peace and happiness. Therefore, Buddha recommended us to pay attention to that inner tendency, and then watch that tendency to measure, tendency to compare ourselves with others, and then whenever we see anyone, whenever we meet others, we quickly turn our attention inside and we measure. For example, if we see someone having a nice, beautiful dress, okay, and then without knowing, we will turn our attention inside and we will measure ourselves, our own dress, for example. And that is happening, unconsciously, because that tendency can be so ingrained, and it can happen unconsciously. And therefore, Buddha recommended us to watch that. And there are, in this particular sutta, of course, being humble is like not measuring oneself as higher than others. But there are also, other measurements too. The Buddha said that there are 3 ways that we measure ourselves against others. 3 ways. One is either we will measure ourselves as lower than others, and then we develop what do you call it? When you measure yourself as lower than others, and that I forget that name. If can anyone help me to remember that word? So there are 3 ways that we measure. What we call hinamana in Pali. That means we measure ourselves as lower than the others, and then we also measure ourselves as I'm as equally good as the other person. So sometimes you will find someone and you measure yourself and you measure as equal to the other person, and at the same time, we can also measure ourselves as higher than others. So there are these 3 ways that we measure ourselves. And in this particular sutta, Buddha only mentioned about the one, which is, measuring ourselves higher than others and being conceited. And the opposite of that is being humble and being, being modest, being humble, and being unassuming, and being, very easy to, reach to anyone else. But the important thing is here, actually, we need to remember that these things happens in a very unconscious level. We don't, most of the time, we don't really purposely or consciously, think that way, but it happens so unconsciously as a result of, activation of our old habit. So therefore, it's really important to develop our mindfulness and watch our mind, and particularly when we are, with our friends and families, and among our colleagues, we really have to develop this strong mindfulness to watch this, unconscious, habit occurring. And if you can detect that, if you can observe that, notice that, that can help you a lot to watch that, and then not to activate, not let that tendency to come out, and then by doing that you weaken that tendency, and the next time there's less force of that tendency occurring in our mind. So anyway, part of practicing loving kindness is being humble. Of course, for the most part, we are all humble. We all, want to respect others. And then sometime without our knowing, we may develop this, a little bit of arrogance and maybe conceit without our knowing, and because of that habit of measuring ourselves with others. So there's no need for us to measure ourselves with anyone else. The only person that we should measure ourselves is our old self, right? Your self of your yesterday, self of your own self in last year. So that is the only person that you should measure yourself against. And because each individual is unique, and there's no need for us to measure ourselves with anyone else. And the moment you start to measure, you will either find yourself as lower than others, or you can develop lowest esteem. Oh, that's the word I was looking for. You can develop low esteem when you measure yourself with others, and then you measure yourself as lower than others, and you can develop low esteem, and then that will be problematic too. Or you will measure yourself as bigger or higher than others, and you develop, arrogance or maybe conceit. Sometimes we also measure ourselves as equal than like others, and it's also not necessary. Sometimes then we try to be like them. We try to try to be like the others. So each individual is unique. But anyway, it will be so helpful for us to keep on practicing loving kindness if we pay attention to this important quality of humility. And that humility comes from a deeper understanding that actually all beings are equal in the sense that we are all equally vulnerable to experience suffering, whether our conditions can be different, maybe our status can be high and low, but each individual, each living being is equally vulnerable to experience suffering, and no one is escaped. No one is, free from suffering unless someone is, growing and, growing in their spirituality and evolve into an enlightened level. So therefore, we should remember that and always watch our tendency to compare and also to measure and then develop this humility. I hope that you can hear me, right? Yeah.
Yes, Bhante, we can hear very well.
Okay. So I like to hear from our friends what you think about how do you think that this humility is helping us to practice loving kindness?
Oh, I have no intent to say it. If you could hear it.
I think maybe usually we also, there's always a balance. When you think about any virtue, any quality, we need to think about the boundaries and the balance too. So it's okay to have sense of self-worth, self-respect. Being humble doesn't mean that we lose our self-respect. Of course, we always say that we are like being like a doormat to anyone. That's not the meaning here. Of course, we can have our self-respect. We can have our own boundaries. We can have our, own, values. But being humble is willing to like related to the previous qualities, willing to listen to others. And, in the deep in our mind, not really measuring ourselves with anyone else, and not really feeling like I know more than you, maybe, you know, I'm better than you, you know, I have more, you know, skills or whatever than you, you know, that thinking is not helping us to practice loving kindness and also like spiritual growth, because this conceit is directly related to our egoistic mind. And the more we think about, you know, like, you know, I'm higher and I'm superior, and we are actually simply developing our ego, we are not really making any progress in our spiritual growth. So it's really important to remember this humility, this quality, and then incorporate that into our loving kindness practice. Any thoughts or comments on that? I have a little story. Yeah. Again, one thing I can do.
It takes some time, Bhante. We can listen to you after a while, but we can listen continuously, but it takes some time.
I think if you use Zoom, you can hear me directly, but if you use YouTube, it takes about a minute. So you have to listen to me through Zoom. Anyway, so let me share you this short story. Is about a king. I just showing that how when we are humble, we actually change our environment too. You know, can you hear me now?
Good answer.
No, it's clear, Bhante. Yeah.
Okay. I read this story in a book. You know, we can, you know, incorporate this story to our life too. So this is a story of ancient time, and there was when the king was, you know, going out in the forest. You know, this king had a habit of going out, you know, in the forest with his group of, you know, companions, you know, soldiers, and sometimes even hunt in the forest. So they were working in the forest, and when the king really at the middle of the forest, he was separated from the rest of his group, and then he was by himself. And then he was looking for his other group. You know, they were all dispersed in different places. And after a while, he really got, you know, tired and hungry, and he was just walking towards the out of the forest. And then when he was walking, he actually saw there was a hermit, an ascetic, who was meditating under a tree. And he thought that, okay, you know, finally I found someone, and maybe he can help me. I'm really thirsty and hungry and tired. And so he went to this meditating sage and told him that, you know, Venerable Sir, you know, I'm the king of this country, and, you know, I'm hungry and thirsty, you know, can you help me? The sage, listening to this, you know, king's request, even did not open his eyes. He kept his eyes closed, but said that the king, as I heard, the king of this country is just and what you say is he's a just king, and it's a good king. The king of this country is just and nice, and therefore whatever he touches will become sweet. So he can look around and eat anything that he finds, because of his goodness, because it's just nature, anything that he touches can become sweet. So that's what the sage said, you know, with his closed eyes. And then listening to this, you know, the king looked around and he only saw a neem tree. You know, I don't know whether you have seen, you're familiar with this neem tree. A neem tree is as a medicinal tree, and it's utterly bitter. The seeds are bitter, the leaves are bitter, the bitter thing, but so medicinally so valuable. Of course, and sometimes we also have to drink that in those, the boiled water of those, seeds and leaves. But that's the only tree he saw, and then he wanted to like eat, and he took the neem seed and he took the neem leaves and then tried to eat it, and he found that actually it's not really bitter, it's so sweet. And he realized that what the sage said is correct, and he said that whatever I touch has become sweet. So he was so happy about himself, and he said, okay, yes, I'm a good person. That's what the sage said. I'm just ruler. And so everything I touch has become seed. So he keep eating the leaves and the seeds of the neem tree, and it satisfies hunger, and he continued to walk. And then he came out for the forest, and he found his other group, and he returned to his palace. Now he's thinking about his own goodness, and without knowing, and then he developed, without knowing, he gradually developed a little bit pride, and then from pride to arrogance and conceit, thinking that I'm a good king. And then, and also he was also proud about his ability to make anything sweet by touching them. So he really wanted to show off his goodness, his ability, his power to other rulers and other people. So he organized a feast and even invited the kings and the rulers of the neighboring kingdoms to show them, how powerful he is, so what kind of magical power he has, how good he is. So after he organized this feast, he brought the neem leaves and neem seeds which are utterly bitter, and he asked the chef to cook them, and they all cooked them, and then he invited everyone to like have the feast. He went on and touched all the dishes that prepared by this chef, made from neem leaves and neem seeds, which are really bitter. But then kings started to eat. They did not taste sweet. They all tasted so bad and as usual as the neem tree, and nobody could eat that. That was so embarrassing and humiliating, and the king was so upset. And he apologized from everyone. He took his own horse, and then he started to ride the horse to that forest where the sage lived. He ran. He rode the horse into the forest, and he was looking for the sage. And finally, he found the sage and informed him, venerable sir, and you told me that everything I touch has become sweet. It really did, when I was here. And I did this, I organized this feast, but now whatever I touches is not becoming sweet. And then the sage told the king, you were so kind and just and nice before when you met me. Then therefore you were able to turn anything to sweetness. But now, because after that, you start to develop this pride and conceit, and now you don't have those qualities and virtues. Therefore, you don't have that power to turn anything into sweet. So be humble and don't try to show off to others. Don't try to compare yourself with others. Be humble and be like a normal person, and then you will be and continue your just and righteous nature, and your pridefulness, your arrogance and your conceit has prevented you from performing those miracles. And the king learned his lesson and went back, and the story ends there. Whether this really happened or not, I like this the idea that when we are humble, maybe not when we are humble, when we are unassuming and simple, whatever we touches can become sweet. Maybe our interaction can become sweet. Our interaction can become smooth. So I like that part of the story. I like to hear from you. Do you have any experience of, making anything sweet? Making any bitter things sweet?
Copy this.
Hi, Bhante. This is Vianette. Nice meeting you.
Yes, this is?
Vianette. Vianette.
Okay.
Yes, Dan.
Mas-
I wanted to ask you, what about if we are humble and sweet, but then other people are not? How
Yeah.
can we control that? Or we cannot really, but yeah, what can we do?
Yeah, that's the really. Yeah. I like to hear from our maybe our many of you are dealing with such a society. You are dealing with people who may not necessarily, but how you can remain humble and nice when you are surrounded by some people, not all, some people who are not that nice and humble. I like to hear from our friends. But before that, only thing I can tell you is that actually every person has this good part and the bad part. And of course, no one is completely bad and no one is completely good. We are all, still in the making. We are still in the process of evolution. And when we are with the person, whether we bring the good side of that person out, or whether we bring the bad side of that person out, may depend on our own interaction and our own action. So I think we can try to bring the good side of that person out by giving our goodness, and of course being always careful not to let others exploit you, and having that awareness, and be firm. But at the same time, I think whenever I meet any person, I have that belief. Even I meet a person who's apparently negative, but I believe that there's some goodness in this person, and let me try whether I can tap into that. And and whenever I find a difficult person, angry person, I have a belief that there's some goodness inside this guy, and I will try my best to bring that out. So that's the only thing that we can do. But at the same time, you have to protect yourself, and not to be so gullible and so, exposed, but that's the advice I can give you, and everyone has these good qualities and the bad qualities, and how we can bring the goodness out by, acting and interacting with that person. Any other suggestions from our friends?
Hi, Bhante. This is Jean.
Hello, Jean. Yes, thank you.
Hello. I did have a thought that when I come across someone who I am aware is when they behave in a way that I know is not necessarily kind, I do remind myself that in my own journey, in the past, when I have been hurt, I cause other people to hurt. And I'll quickly just remind myself that I too am on a journey, and at times when I have been in pain, I have behaved in a painful manner. And so that helps me in my own mind to adjust so that I don't react to that person, but rather just be mindful of my own life experience, and therefore this person too may be suffering in a way that I don't understand. So that's that was the immediate thought that came to my mind. So I just wanted to share that out loud. Yeah.
Thank you, Jean. Thank you, Jean. That's a great way of thinking. Yeah. Thank you, Jean. I think really important to remember that everyone is, I think Jean used the term, everyone is a journey. Everyone is in a journey, right? Exactly, and thank you, Jean. That's a great way to think about that. Thank you for that, sharing and suggestion. Okay. But ultimately, we had to be responsible for our own journey. So therefore, we may get support from other people. We may not get support from other people. Whether we get support or not, we need to continue our journey. So in this particular sutta, advice is given us how to, practice loving kindness, which is bringing our mind to a highly evolved level, that we develop such a healing to our own body and mind. And then, of course, we'll be able to influence others also with the power of that loving kindness. The part of that, practicing loving kindness is being humble. It's directly related to our, last goal of being egoless, being egoless. So just try to keep watching your own mind and try to see the unconscious, biases occurring, and then don't, or recognize them and be kind to yourself and drop them. And notice that tendency to compare yourself with others when you are meeting with someone. Yes, Bhante, I think, we have passed the time, Bhante. So,
Okay.
yeah, and thank you.
Okay.
And I really want to thank everyone. Bhante Kamalasiri was by himself today, and I think he did a good job. We had to thank Bhante Kamalasiri for taking the challenge and good by himself. Congratulations, Bhante, and thank you all our friends who participated today. And I'll be back soon. I look forward to see you all in person in 2 weeks. And look forward to see you all. And then, unfortunately, I will not be able to stay for the rest of the program. Actually, today I'm going to my native village, and everything is ready for me to leave. I'm going there, and I'm helping my children in my village. I'm giving them school supplies for the new school term. So there's a distribution of school supplies, and I will also give a Dhamma talk to them. So I'm going to my native village now. So therefore, I had to leave quickly now. So therefore, I'm going to do that because it's morning now here. And I wish you all the success for the rest of the program. And I look forward to see you all next week, and then another week, and the following week, I'll look forward to see you in person. Okay, but so you can.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, everyone. I'll see you next week. Please excuse me. I will
It's
from
okay.
here. And blessings to everyone.
Thank you. Nice.
Okay. Okay, let's move to the other part. Yeah. Okay, so please turn to page number 14, transference of merits. We will transfer merits, the merits we acquired participating into this opportunity. The merits we acquired, let's transfer whatever departed relatives who have done many things for the progress of our life, for the well-being of our life. Let's think about them and share the merits with them. May our beloved relatives share our goodness. May they also be happy and rejoice our goodness. Idam me jnatiyam hotu sukhita hontu jnatayo. Idam me jnatiyam tinang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo idamme nyatinang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Transference of merit to all sentient beings. All the beings who ever accept and able to share our merits, may they do so. Ettavataca amhehi sambatam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhiya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhiya sabbe sattha anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhiya. Wish for the well-beings of the world in English. May the weather be pleasing. May the people prosper in their lives. May there be peace and happiness in the world. May the rulers be righteous. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are in grief be free from grief. May all places be pleasant and happy. Aspiration. May this also act to the liberation of my mind from mental requirements. By virtue of this also act, may I never follow the unwise people. May I associate with good people until I attain Nirvana. Purification. If my body, speech, or mind, I have done without wrong, I acknowledge and fall in front of the elder of great wisdom, and am determined to leave. This is our blessing service. I'm going to chant the Loving Kindness Sutta, Sutta uttered by the Buddha with great compassion for all living beings. And we wish that may you all receive the blessing of the great compassion of the Buddha. With these blessings, may you all be well, happy, and receive good health and healing. And you may also recall to your mind whoever you want to share this blessing with, your family members, relatives, friends, people who are sick, and recall them to your mind and share these blessings with them too. May all of you receive the blessings. May all of you be well and happy, peaceful. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Karaniya manta kusalena yantang santang padang abhisamincha sangpujucha sujucha Jocasa mudu anatimani santosa kocha subarocha apakicho salloka bunti santindriyocha nipakocha apagambo kulesu ananugindo Najekundang samacare kinciyena vinyu pare upavadiyum Kemino hontu sabbe santa bhavantu sukhitanta ege jivana bhutanti avarava anavasesa nigava ye mahantava Ase kanukatula eva adinta eja dure vasanti avidure Bhutava sambhavesi vasanti santa lavantu sukhitanta Nikumbete nati manyete kampetinam kanche Panika sanyana manyase dukkamichaya Atayataniam puntam ayusa eka putta manuraketinam sambe bhutesu manasambhave aparimanam etan sambhalokasmin manasambhave aparimanam Madhuririyancha asambhadam averam asapattam Itancharam nisinno masayanola avatassa vigatamindo Itam sating aditeya brahmametam viharam idamaho Detenja anupagamma silava dasanena sampanno kamesu vinayagedam naijatu garvasiyam punayeti etena sajjavajjena sottite hotu sampada etena sajjavajjena sabbalogo vinasatu etena sajjavajjena hotu te jaya mangalam Sabbitiyo vivajjanto sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavantantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava bhavatu sabba mangalan rakkantu sabba devata Sabba buddhanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalan rakkantu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te Bhavatu sabba mangalan rakkantu sabba devata sabba sanghanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te. Let's spend a moment of reflection. Reflect your own good deeds, kind deeds done today, yesterday, or day before yesterday, whenever you have done whatever kind deeds in which you helped someone during last few days, few seconds, let's rejoice those kind deeds. Please repeat after me. On this day, or in the past, if I have done kind deeds to other beings with my body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in those kind deeds, appreciating the opportunity to be helpful to others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, wishing more opportunities to practice compassion. I rejoice in those kind deeds, resolving not to compare myself with others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, and glad to share this joy with all beings everywhere. May my kind deeds relieve the burdens of other beings. May my kind deeds shield me from all dangers and pain. May my kind deeds and merits that come from them help me in freeing my heart. Recall to your mind a kind deed done by someone else, whether to you or others. If somebody gave you something, if somebody was there to listen to you, if somebody showed some kindness, compassion towards you, even a simple short moment, recall those moments and rejoice. Repeat after me. On this day, or in the past, if I have seen or heard of the kind deeds done by others with their body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in the goodness of others, being always ready to praise kind people and follow their example. I rejoice in the goodness of others, appreciating that there are many good-hearted people in the world. I rejoice in the goodness of others, expressing gratitude for any kindness done. May the kind deeds of others bring safety and happiness to many living beings. May the kind deeds of others foster gratitude and fellowship among many living beings. May the kind deeds of others nurture goodness in me and many living beings. Thank you for everyone joining the meditation session, and also our YouTube friends. I wish you all the success and good health for you for the rest of the week. See you next week. Thank you.